This is a freaking monster on right now. Ooh, come on, spooky, homie. This thing's a freaking monster on right Beta now. Allen. Ooh, come on. Beta Allen. This thing's a freaking monster on right now. Ooh, come on, spooky, homie. What up? It's Garage Gym Homie, baby, and we are reviewing I-Prevail Supplements Rehab V2. Is it worth it? Before we get into this here, please click the subscribe button. I got content coming out all the dang time for you. So click subscribe and let's get into this. God bless all of you homies. I hope you're feeling amazing, living from the heart and staying out of your noisy head. God is good, man, and you're a solid homie. I freaking love you, man. I'm going to love you till you learn to love yourself, man. You know, one thing, they call it Rehab V2. For me, it's Rehab V21. This would be the 21th rehab that I've gone to. I went to, after I got sober, I counted how many rehabs I went to. 20, exactly. Rehabs, halfway houses, sober livings, detox centers. I've been through 20 of them before I actually got sober. And the craziest thing about it is that when I was actually ready to get sober, get off heroin, get off crystal meth, 12 years ago, I didn't even need to go to rehab. I came home, I made a decision that I was ready to be done for good and willing to do whatever it takes, go to any length. I detoxed, and I put my heart and soul into the 12-step program, living a spiritual life, forming a relationship with God, and I never looked back. Never actually needed a rehab. So now we're back on GGH is going back to rehab after all this time, man. So they reached out to me, man. It's been a long time since I literally first started the channel, probably 5 years ago, that I've reviewed supplements. I mean, I've been on YouTube almost 6 years, 5.5 years. It's been close to that since I've reviewed anything from this brand. I actually know who manufactures this. I don't need to tell you all the behind the scenes. That's not my business to say who's the manufacturer. But I will tell you, I know this lot number. They have a fire flavoring system, man. Fire flavoring system. And the brand has some cool supplements, man. Back when I was reviewing them, I think they were doing DMHA pre-workout. I could be wrong, man. They had some, I thought they were doing DMHA. I don't remember. But anyway, now they have different stuff on their site, I see. So I took some notes, man. So I've taken this and been taking this, and I want to share my experience with you. But first, let's talk about the facts. So they sent me a summer punch flavor, man. And that boy right there is freaking awesome, dude. Really good flavor. You will not be dissatisfied with the flavor experience, especially for an Intra. You want a good, this is Intra carbs, aminos, and hydration. This thing is freaking, dude. When this came, this thing is heavy, man. You get 20 servings in a container, and each serving was 1 scoop, which is on point. And each scoop is 45.7 grams. That's a freaking heavy scoop, man. So each scoop is 163 calories. And it's kind of nice because I'm shredding right now. So it's like, it gives me something to hold me through my training when I'm a little bit depleted. You know, everything has pros and cons. I mean, on one hand, you got to factor in the 163 calories. Like, do you want to blow 163 calories on an intra workout when you're shredding? But your body is putting it to good use and all that. So, you know, you figure you're going to eat that up while you're training. So I've only used this as an intra workout, and my big Psycho Pharma bottle, really freaking nice. Let me tell you what's in here. So you get carbohydrates, 30 grams. You get 25 grams of this Carb 10, which is my first time using this. This is a trademark name, different than cluster dextrin. It's basically like a patented low GI carb from pea starch. It's designed for fast gastric emptying with minimal bloating or spike. So very low on the glycemic index. This gives you very nice sustainable energy. This Carb 10 is a really cool ingredient. And then plus some dextrose and the other ingredients for quicker energy. So you got dicaffeine energy, homie. Then you got the protein, 10.775 grams. That's delivered almost entirely through free-form amino acids, not whey or anything like that, or whole protein. Then you got vitamins and electrolytes. Vitamin B6, 25 milligrams, very high, man. Great for energy metabolism. B12, massive dose for energy and recovery. Sodium, pink Himalayan salt, 220 milligrams. Give you some nice muscle contraction, some pumpage, extraterrestrial. Potassium, man, 100 milligrams. So the good electrolyte support, especially with the high carb load, man, which is really nice. Then you got the amino acids, so it's pretty much a 12 plus gram blend here, it looks like. BCAAs, 5 grams, L-glutamine for recovery and gut health, 3 grams. Creatine monohydrate, they're tickling your little nuts with 1 gram. You know, it is what it is. I throw in my creatine anyway with my pre-workout. I guess creatine might help shuttle some nutrients to the muscle or whatever. Anyway, man, then you got the lysine, 550, N-phenylalanine, 525, L-threonine, 350, L-tryptophan, 175, L-histidine, 125, L-ornithine, 1 gram, and L-methionine, 50 milligrams. It's basically a full EAA spectrum plus some glutamine, solid for recovery, anti-catabolic effects. You homies are pro-catabolic, man. GG, we're anti-catabolic. Let me tell you this. A few other things to note here. You got the coconut powder, 50 milligrams. That's a minor electrolyte, good for hydration too. And then the, if I'm saying this right, the protestal bean, 10 milligrams. So it's an antioxidant. It's similar to Resveratrol, man. And nice longevity and recovery touch. It's flavored with sucralose. Has an awesome flavor, dude. Very, very good flavor. Like a top-notch flavoring system in this. And Acetylphenol K, so it'll be, you know, you don't have to worry about the flavor with this hitter. Okay, so basically, man, this is a high-carb intra-recovery formula. Great carb source, strong amino profile, high B vitamins. The electrolytes are decent on it. It's got, I think, all the amino acids in here for it to be full. A few of them are dosed, not insanely high, but you get the full, I think, EAA blend in here, if I'm correct. I'm not one of you fancy college folks, man. But anyway, this is good for replenishing glycogen stores, supports muscle repair and reduced breakdown, provides sustained energy, and aids in hydration and energy metabolism. Let me tell you a few more things here that I jotted down, and that's it. Now let me get into the review here. So look, man, this is a something you can also take on like a day off or whatever if you're not so caught up about the cat. You're gonna want to sip this because the flavor is really good. I don't know if Nutricartel is going to carry this or whomever. I'll link below where to get it with the discount code if I can. All right, man, so this is what I'm going to say, man. I've taken the drink, come down to the dance floor. Time for some serious iron pumping, man. That summer punch, homie. You're going to be freaking enjoying that hitter right there. Freaking awesome, awesome flavoring. I got to look at the other flavors they have, but this one right here is the tits, homie. You know, really nice, big, voluptuous tits. You guys like those tits, huh? Right, Gemma? Say hi to Gemma, everybody, and I'll get into my experience here. Look at this big, beautiful baby. All right. So this is what I'm going to say, man. One thing I noticed on this hitter is the pumps are sick on it. This will give you, they don't even advertise it, but this gives you a freaking nice, full look. Knowing you have these ingredients in you makes you feel better about training, especially if you're fasted in the morning. I really like the Carb 10. My first experience with it, it feels like it holds you nicely during training. Nothing heavy on the stomach, zero bloating, nothing negative I could say about it. On label, it's a freaking sick formula. You know, you look at it, you're like, man, this is pretty cool. It's got some interesting ingredients in here. You know, they throw the coconut water powder, a few interesting things. The Carb 10 is really nice. And I'll tell you this, I haven't had any negative feeling with this where it spikes blood sugar or anything like that. I've had that before in other intra workouts that, you know, are loaded. I don't like that feeling. This one right here has been nothing but a positive experience. Can you really tell it's doing you got to assume some of these things are doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know, the EAAs, all that, you know, it just is nice to sip. It's enjoyable. It's one of those things where, you know, it's not a mind-blowing difference. You're not going to take it and be like, oh my God, my bench press doubled, you know, because of the strength. I mean, yours might, but I'm just saying it's a nice intra workout that does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's hard to really tell you the effects of it. It feels like, one thing I will say about it, the pumps are sick on it. There's no bloating. It feels light to drink, even though there's 163 calories, because I'm sipping it during my training. You know, I'm doing 4 sets of whatever, you know, take a sip of this. So it's kind of just feeding me throughout the training. I will say, I do feel like there is a difference between taking this and an EAA formula without the carbs. I do feel like it does hold you better, whether it's the pump, you feel like you have a little something that's giving you some endurance and some strength. You don't want to maybe wait as long in between sets. I do think there's something to having the carbs feeding you slowly during your workout that does make a noticeable difference between not having, you know, just a basic EAA formula with no calories or whatever. I do think that you will notice a difference. Besides that, it's hard to really tell you what it's doing. I could tell you it tastes amazing. I could tell you it gave me some really sick, like, pump that you could tell kind of has you feeling more filled out. Even after your training, when you slam it, I'll tell you, it's the flavor is freaking the star of the show with it. And I could tell you that it feels like it holds you better than a bare, you know, EAA formula without any of the carbs. I do like that Carb 10 ingredient from what I've read about it, and the no blood sugar spike and anything like that. Has you still looking tight, feeling tight, and knowing that you have this intra workout has you pushing yourself. I can't tell you what it's done for recovery or anything like that. I'm not going to freaking shine any schlong or BS you or anything. It's a subtle difference. You know, you notice a little subtle difference from it holding you a little nicer through your training, it giving you a little solid pump, and you feeling like you've recovered in between sets a little better. That's what I could confidently say that it does. Besides that, you just got to kind of hope these ingredients are doing their job. It's a supplement, so it's supposed to be supplementing something you're lacking. It's exactly what it's supposed to be. 20 servings, it's a little bit on the low end, of course, but this thing is freaking, I mean, we're talking about a 45.7 gram scoop. So it's probably comparable to what every other freaking loaded intra workout like this is going to be. I mean, I haven't really seen any that are 25 servings that are a scoop this, you know, this loaded. So it's worth a shot. I think the Carb 10 source is one of the coolest carb ingredients that I've seen for intra workouts on the market. Definitely worth it, and it definitely tastes good. So you want to replenish glycogen, especially if you're in a fasted state like I am. I do most of my training during the week fasted, and you want something to hold you that's not going to feel heavy. Beautiful right here. I'll drink it on my day off. I can't tell you really what it's done for recovery or anything like that, but it's just one of those things, supplements, where you just take it and kind of assume it's doing their job. The label's nice, it's innovative, it's something different. That's what I got. God bless all of you. Let's get this dang muscle. We're out.